Well, hello everyone. Welcome to the Trade Ideas Live Trading Room Recap for Thursday, April the 26th. My name is Barry Anderson, moderator of your trading room. Any questions for me? This is the email address you can use, and this is a link to get into our free room. This is a subscription link, and you'll notice in the body of this email, or the email you get, we now have a 25% off promo code. All right, I think that's going to be good until Sunday night. So 25% off, that's off the first month of Trade Ideas or the entire year. And also, if at any point, so today is the 26th, if you took out a subscription today and by May 25th, in other words, within a month, you decided you want to upgrade your subscription from, say, monthly to yearly or from standard to premium, you can do so still using that same promo code. So I open the room at 9 o'clock. That's when I start to share my screen. That's Eastern time, of course. And then I get live on the mic at 9:05. I go to 3:30 on Mondays, from Mondays to Thursdays, and 3 o'clock on Friday. And what a day in the trading room. Big kudos to Martin in the room. You know, Martin's somebody who's been in the room for quite a while, and he seems to have a knack for finding these ones that are kind of low floats and then they explode. He takes a lot of pre-market stuff. So it's hard, we can't really track the trades because it's already done in the pre-market. But he has a knack for finding these, and boy, I can't remember the exact price he alerted the room at, but maybe around here. Look at this crazy, crazy action with this one. I actually don't know what the float is on this. This is a, let me get to the time frame. This is an IPO from right there, and it IPO'd at $6. And it did nothing. I mean, look at this. I mean, this is on March the 29th. So, I mean, we're talking within a month this is happening, but it did really nothing. It got as high as, 628, or was that 626? It got as low as, say, 362. So this looked like a real dead in the water IPO. Now, the 4 days before this, yeah, it started to come back a little bit, but nothing, astonishing. And then look what happened today. I mean, this closed at 591, and this hits today 1841, and who knows where it's going. So anyway, big kudos to Martin for that call on the room. It's just been a phenomenal day. I mean, I said into the room, I said, I'm going to take off my moderator's hat and just be a fan of the room itself. And it's certainly not my calls. I mean, I've made some good calls, yes, but we've just got fantastic traders in the room, and this is not a pump and dump room. A lot of these are plays you can get into, lots of volume. It's not like we're looking for 2 cents, taking 10,000 shares to get a 2-cent pop in a stock. There's lots of different styles of plays in this room. Some are cheap, some are what you might consider are expensive. So anyway, I am just very grateful. If I weren't the moderator of the room, I would be in this room all the time anyway. So anyway, that's getting off my soapbox. So take a look at this trade here, CN. This is one that, again, if you want this options play magic, just ask me for it, all right? It is giving us some really, really great alerts all day long. Let me get to the 15-minute time frame. Actually, this is what I did right off the bat, and I typically do not do this. I took this short trade of LKQ. It happened, I got it in that window at... see, right on this candle, the opening 15-minute candle. I typically do not take trades in the first 15 minutes. I was lucky in this one, I have to admit. I shorted it. This was a short. I shorted it at 30.33, way down here, in fact, yeah. Right here. You go all the way down to 29.60. I mean, I don't usually, as I take early trades like that. Anyway, I got in at 30.33, and I covered. I actually covered at 30.05, all right, and then it popped up. So after that, it really did nothing. But man, I mean, that was very interesting. The reason I did it is because I remember yesterday that the very first one out of that window was Mercy, and it It did something like this. And so I decided I would just take that first 15 minutes just to see. Now, did it really do the same thing? No, but it still was an interesting trade. Rio made a great call on this one, on a, I don't know if we'll call it a bounce, but a little pullback there. And then look at this. He made a great call on this one. I suppose if my call on this was I guess, interesting, because originally this was a short for me. I got into the short, and I think it came from that from the option play magic. Yeah, $25. Got into the short right here at 24.74. So right about here, it did get down to 24.63, and then it started moving up, and I actually took a little loss on it. However, I had this thumbnailed, and it just as I was taking while I was in my lunch break, I had noticed. Oops, just put the mark here. I noticed this action right there, and then of course I love the ones that just make it over the whole number. And so I took this trade right here at 25.06. I mean, look what it did. And we got all the way to 26.31. Remember, these are 15-minute candles. This happened really, really quickly. I sold some. Where did I sell it? I sold some almost immediately at 25.32, just a little bit, just in case. I didn't want to have this thing just fall right back on me. And then I got over a dollar on the next bit, and I still have some just in case. It did this again. I mean, look at this candle. Remember, this was a green candle all the way there. I thought, man, it might even take out the high. So I still have a little bit left, not much, but this was a really, really great quick trade. What else we got? The EYIP, a little bit disappointing. It wasn't too bad, but a little bit disappointing they didn't have the follow through. This is one that I was watching all day yesterday, and I actually thought I was going to take this one as maybe a swing trade, but it did this, and I kind of missed this move. I saw this, and afterwards in the after hours, I thought, okay, this is interesting. But then look, it gave it up, and then here's the pre-market, and it's right back to where it closed, really, or actually was a bit of a loss. But then all of a sudden, it started moving, and so the key area for me was 250. I look at the 50 cents as being somewhat psychological, like the dollars to pop through, the whole numbers to pop through on the more expensive stocks. So I sort of look at the stocks that are under $5, that the 50 cent levels are also the sort of a psychological level to pop through. So anyway, on this, I ended up taking this trade right here at 251 when it finally looked like it was going to hold that 250. And, it popped up to 266. I actually sold some at 264, pulled back. I must have held on because I know I had this, and then it moved up. Just a second, please. Let me just forgot to close out of my. Just 1 second. There we go. Or maybe it was here. You know what? I can't remember. I'd have to check my time and sales. But anyway, bottom line is I was holding on. I thought maybe it could crack through 3 because if you look at the daily chart, you have to back this out a little bit. You see that the next support or resistance area is up in this area. So I will watch this one again tomorrow. It was a little disappointing because it didn't quite make it up the way I thought it would. But anyway, took some money. I'm still in this one. This is another. This is another one that came from the options plays. I'll show you where it happened. Get to the 15-minute time frame. So let's see, I'll get out the don't repeat, show you where it first happened. SEIC, so there it was. There was the short, and look what it did. So I think that alert was at 63.49. Got all the way down to 61.45, so almost a $2 drop. Then I noticed it looking like it was trying to curl back, so I wanted to play the bounce on it. So I got into the trade at 62.23, right about here. And I took some out at 62.46, just a little bit, just in case, because this has been just, has been really kicked. And it almost got up to 63, almost, but we'll see what happens. So anyway, I am itching to get back into the room. There's just lots and lots of great plays, lots of great calls. Oh, look at CN also. CN looks like it might take out that whole number again, and might be still have some action in it. All right, just want to get back into the room and say lots of great plays in the room, lots of different styles of trading. That's what I really like. When you have 500, 600 people in a room, not everybody's going to have the same style. So you probably come into the room, you might start identifying with when you see somebody put a symbol in, then you check on the daily, you check a few things, you'll probably say to yourself, oh, I see what they're looking at. So anyway, lots of different styles in the room. All right, been a little long-winded today. My voice is completely shot. I know I don't talk sports at all, but I'm a big Bruins fan, and quite a game last night, a little bit of yelling and everything, so my voice is a little bit hoarse. So let me just bring back the screen capture program. So again, any questions for me? If you want that options play magic, just ask me for it and use that email address. This is a link to get into our free room. It is a free room. You don't have to be a member of Trade Ideas to come into our room. This is a subscription link, 25% off going right now. All right, and I'll open the room. I'll open the room at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning. And that's when I'll start to share my screen, and I'll get live on the mic at 9 to 5. So hope everybody has a great evening. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.